Welcome to the On the Slab Horror Show with me, your host, as sometimes Ian the Diamond Kelly, and joined by my co-host, my right-hand man, Greg the G-Man Flanagan. And today,
what's up?
Lots is up today, to be fair, because we're actually going to be we're going to be talking to the actor, depending on what way you like your pronunciation these days. I don't know. It's 2022. I'm sure you're going to offend someone somehow, some way, some shape, and we are the men to do it. And today,
offend somebody? Never.
Of course. But we have the great Natasha Tosini on today. Of course, Natasha is a star in the new horror movie, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Money. So,
Blood and Money. What a title.
Yeah. Soon to be the most infamous horror of the year.
Has to be.
It'll be good, for sure.
It's got to be awesome.
Yeah. And I did say
money,
but it's actually Blood and Honey, by the way.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny, yeah.
But, no, yeah, 100%. It's for me, it's going to be ridiculous.
Greg, you acquired this great guest for us today. So, obviously, when we all heard that there was going to be a horror movie made out of a kid's line of books, nursery rhymes, movies, cartoons, and everything in between, I was very interested in it as well. Obviously, the actual logo and the poster for the movie is pretty awesome, I have to say.
Genius.
Yeah.
Genius. So, Blood and Honey, because and I did say money at the start, so that's on me. I can't take that back. But
Blood and Honey.
Blood and Honey. But it could have been Blood and Money, because I mean it ain't.
A good one too.
Yeah, and there's going to be lots of blood in it, I'm sure. Natasha,
yeah, there is.
What got you? How did you come about this project? What happened? Tell us, give us the story.
So. It's a bit of a boring story, actually, but I only started acting probably about a year ago, actually. I'm so lucky. It's actually crazy that I just fell into it. And I was looking on one of the things that you apply for things on as an actor. And I applied for one of the roles, and they got back to me near enough straight away and was like, "Hi, we think you're perfect." And I was like, "Really?"
Awesome.
They were like, "Yeah." I was like, "Are you sure?" They were like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh, okay, fair enough." Yeah, and they were like, "Can we have a chat with you?" And I was like, "Yeah, for sure." We had a little chat, and they cast me. It was super fast. I was super excited. The cast were all so sweet as well, and the crew. Everyone was so nice.
Yeah, I've been in contact with the other Natasha. Is it Natasha Rose? Who's the
yeah, Natasha Rose.
Yeah, so I was talking to herself as well, and I think she's going to try and come on at some stage.
Oh yeah, for sure. She's so sweet. She's like.
Oh yeah, she seemed it now from when I was talking to her. But we tried to move quite quickly once the casting was announced and the movie was announced, to try and get
a chat with some people. Yeah.
Yeah. Try and catch it before it explodes into
literally
the stratosphere. And from everything I'm seeing on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook, obviously when the poster was released, it was everywhere. Obviously, I seen it on I Love Horror or something that announced the movie was coming out. But it only had a couple of still images, and of course you were in those still images. Obviously it had
and then
yeah, those two, and then there was was it the Camaro car that he's driving?
Yeah. The car.
Well, in the picture, all you can see is him in behind the wheel of the car as well.
Oh,
and then,
I saw that one, yeah.
And then they've announced, obviously, yourself put it up as well, the actual poster for it, which looks phenomenal. And I'd say it's receiving
so good.
I'd say, as much as horror fans are going to love it, I'd say it's receiving a lot of backlash. Obviously.
Yeah, to be fair, there's been quite a bit.
Yeah, I generally don't see that. It's been in Disney's domain for 92, 94 years.
Yeah.
Get over it. Do you know what I mean? You can make a movie out of anything if it's not if it's in the public domain.
Yeah,
There's a question
exactly,
I have. A writer, obviously the writer and director, Reese Frake Waterfield, somebody I've not heard of yet, but obviously has made a bold move to do something very, very different with an old favorite. What do you know? Kind of what was his idea behind it? I know you can't speak for him, but like, what was his idea behind this, and kind of what was he like? I suppose as an up and coming director.
To be fair, I'm not sure. I know that as soon as Winnie the Pooh came on like the domain, the public domain, he was on it straight away. He was like, definitely want it. I don't know what his thoughts were going into it, but as a director, he was great. Like, he was so sweet. Like, when I came in the first day, I was like super late. And he was like on set straight away, and I was like, okay, fine. And then I was like, I got ready and stuff, and he was literally like the sweetest. Like, he's such a sweet guy. He's so nice. Like, his directions were great as well. He's a very good director. He wasn't too harsh either. Like, I've worked with some people and they've been quite harsh, and they've been like, get ready, like get changed, like, guys, stop chatting and stuff. But he's like so sweet. Like, he's very calming. I love it. Like, he's such a nice guy to talk to and work with, for sure.
That's good.
Whereabouts was the filming? Was it in many locations, or did you?
It was.
One?
We filmed in quite a few locations, but it was all in the East Sussex area.
Okay.
I think. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not very good at geography, but I'm pretty sure it was near Kent.
Nice.
I mean,
There was quite a few locations that we filmed at.
So was it a long shoot?
To be honest, I'm pretty sure they wrapped in something like 10 days.
It's not bad.
Which is really good, to be fair.
10 days is pretty
They
good.
did such a good job as well, and obviously we had to do like night shoots, day shoots. Like, there was a variety, but we did wrap pretty quick, and it was great.
I suppose that's the one thing with horror. There's always going to be night shoots in it. Always.
Yeah, literally.
It's very, very rare you get a horror movie that's set all during the day.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I knew going into it, like it being a horror, that there would be night shoots. So, just one of them things, isn't it?
Well,
has to be done.
That's a great segue, actually, because you mentioned that you've only been in acting for about a year, roughly, and you've obviously.
Yeah.
So, what actually? I know you're a young lady, so obviously you're not in your 30s and deciding exactly what it is that you want to do with your life. But I mean, you what is it that I suppose got you down the path of wanting to get into acting, and albeit horror acting? Was it horror in particular that you wanted to go for? Was that a role that you that stood out to you, or was it just a case that, look, I'm an aspiring actor and I will take whatever the fuck I can get?
Do you know what? So in regards to the first question, literally, like, the reason I wanted to start acting was like, I'd just come out of like not a great relationship, and I was kind of like, didn't have many friends. You know, when you're in a relationship and it's not a good one, and you kind of like, you cut off all your friends and stuff. Like, I'd just come out of like a not a great relationship. I don't want to like speak badly on the relationship, but it wasn't like a great relationship. And like, I wasn't really speaking to many of my friends anymore. The friends that I did have were like drinking all the time, and I've got a little girl, so I'm not like drinking all the time and stuff like that. And I was watching, I don't know if you know the series The Vampire Diaries.
I know of it.
I was like in love with that. Like, I was watching it every single day. It was great. And I find, like, you know, when you love a series so much, you look into the characters. Like, I was looking into the characters like Ian Somerhalder, Paul Wesley. And I found out that like they're still friends now, like even after like filming Wrapped like years ago, they're still best friends. Like they've got a company together and stuff. And I remember thinking like, oh, I wish I could have that. And like the only reason literally I started acting was because I wanted to make like long-term friends. And I was like, I remember saying to my mum like, oh, I want to be an actor. And she was like, oh, okay, why? And I was like, because I want to make like long-term life friends, you know, like friends for life, and do stuff like that. And she was like, oh yeah, do it then. And I was like, okay, fine, I'll do it. And then I just started doing it. I didn't set out to kind of like go into horror movies as such. I kind of was just like, I just wanted to like play, I don't know if play the field is the right phrase to use, but I wanted to like play the field a little bit. I started out with doing like music videos, you know, short movies and stuff. But I'd done like a couple of music videos. I'd done like one short movie or something like that. And then I just got into features somehow. And I just started doing feature movies. Like I specifically did Winnie the Pooh because I think I looked at the title and was like, as everybody else, I was like, what the hell? What the hell is this? You know, like I was very intrigued, and I was like, no way, like if I could be a part of this, that would be crazy, because like Winnie the Pooh, you know, I was like, this is gonna be sick. So I was just like, oh yeah, definitely for sure want to be a part of this.
It'd be a different
But I mean,
story rhyme that you're reading to your little one going forward. Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, honestly, like she likes Winnie the Pooh as well, so she's 2, so she definitely won't be watching me be killed on screen. But maybe one day she'll see it and be like, whoa, what's this?
Spoiler alert.
I know, literally. I'm pretty sure it's already been released that I die, so it's okay.
It's a horror movie. It's gonna happen. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Somebody has to. But like,
yeah, exactly. Someone's got to give, on it.
For a new up and coming actor to get your name into a movie, even theoretically say the movie flops, which I don't think it will because of what it's going to be, to get your name into an infamous movie that like it's going to be infamous no matter what happens now because of what it is. For sure. That's gonna jump your name to the top of a lot of lists.
Yeah, 100%. When they first released it, they were making this movie, like even before the poster, it went like completely viral. I'd gained like 10,000 followers overnight. Like it was insane. I looked at my IMDb and I'd gone up to like 300, like my score, and there was like 300, and I was like, what the hell? Like this is crazy. Like it was just, honestly, it was going so crazy. And then I was having like press released about me, newspapers, like people were being in contact with me, like news and stuff. Like I was having videos made about me from like India, like Indian news, like so many companies. Like if you Google my name now, they're still there, and it's like it's actually insane.
But like that's what I mean. Like putting your name to a movie like this, like even if you were in it for 5 minutes, do you know what I mean? It's gonna get you. Like you could retire, say tomorrow. All right, you might have to get a normal job because it's probably not going to pay you enough to survive for the rest of your life. But you can always say, I was in this movie.
Yeah, I get recognized already. Yeah. Like, even though it hasn't came out, like, people already know who I am. I mean, I've dyed my hair since then, so it's, like, strange. But people...
obviously, people are only seeing the stills of you in the hot tub with...
exactly, yeah.
It's obviously Winnie the Pooh and what I meant to think is meant to be ER, or not ER, Piglet behind you.
Yep, Piglet's in it too.
Yeah. And like for me, like I never liked Winnie the Pooh growing up anyway. So I was like, it's nothing to me, but for something like this to be made, like if they told me they were making a Lion King and a horror movie now, I'd be like, yep, I'm all in. Everything needs a change at times. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes it changes.
I think so too. Like, I feel like that's the attitude I had towards it as well. Like, it's not for children. We're not telling children to sit and watch it. You know what I mean? Like, children still have their Winnie the Pooh. Like, as adults have our new Winnie the Pooh. You know what I mean? There was a lot of like. Can I swear?
Yes.
Yep.
There was a lot of shit.
I mean, I was expecting a good swear word there.
Oh no, like obviously it's sick and it's great and I love it and I think it's amazing. But there was a lot of people that were like, "You're ruining our childhood. Like this is disgusting. Why have you done this?" Sort of
yeah, I did see the director put up some of the Instagram messages that he got, and you're like, Jesus Christ! If you have that much of a problem with it, just don't watch it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sick of this cancel culture coming out. Oh yeah, you're doing this. Just stop. Like if you don't want to watch it, don't fucking watch it.
I had something on that.
Yeah.
I had something to add to that actually because I'm with you. I'm the same as Greg. Obviously, I'm Mr.
Anti-cancel culture.
Cancel culture. It's got me in a lot of trouble before, but you know what? I love it. One thing I will say is it's kind of cool and it's a really good kind of, I suppose the way you said it there, Natasha, was that it's aimed at the older crowd anyway because it's not a kids movie. So
exactly.
It's aimed at people that are that little bit older because marketing 101, you're thinking, right, how can we shock how can we get eyes on this? Any publicity is good publicity, or at least it used to be.
Yeah.
But in the horror realm, it most certainly is. So using the name alone, Winnie the Pooh, is bringing a lot of older folk and people back to it and go, oh,
Yeah.
Jesus, I better watch it. I mean, I'll have to watch it,
Yeah.
whether I like it or not. It's
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, for sure.
And for me, with it being a British, with a British horror is significantly different to American. It's not. It doesn't look as high end. It's a lot more dark and grainy, and it's a lot more. You'd need to go saying a lot more violent, in the ways that they do things, which makes it like when British horror works, it's great, but when it doesn't, it's still watchable. But when American horrors don't work, they're atrocious.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
Yeah,
Like,
because you know me, Greg. I grew up on British horror and British TV over here, as did you. Like, but I mean, I most certainly grew up on British horror, and with Hammer horror in particular. So I'm always gonna be a big champion of British horror making a comeback. And seeing young aspiring actresses like yourself and actors and young directors and stuff, and that's why we do these shows as well. So it's nice that it's close to home as well, because we're neighbors.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So it's
absolutely
really cool to kind of give a little bit of support to an independent movie, and give some props where it's due. Greg was telling me that he asked you to put together a few of your favorite horrors yourself, as in like movies that you like.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm just thinking, when you were getting into this role, or say when you took the role on, did you look at any kind of horror movies and look at any of the previous kind of, I suppose, scream queens or leads of horror yesteryear?
To be honest, like, I'll go through the list of like my favorite horrors.
Okay.
But I feel like when I was doing the role, because it just felt so natural. Well, obviously I wasn't actually being murdered, but it felt so like easy to do. You know what I mean? I didn't think like, I don't know. I just didn't think, oh, maybe I should like take a look at some of these horrors. You know what I mean? Like one of my favorite ever horror movies, like since when I was a kid, I used to watch Chucky. Like literally was one of my faves.
Nice.
I had all the dolls. I still got the dolls. Like Chucky was one of my absolute faves. And I think how they made the movie as well. Like, I don't know, they made a new one a couple of years ago.
Oh, it was
and I
horrendous.
feel like you can still tell. Like honestly, like I hated the ending. But do you feel like you can still tell that it's a Chucky movie? Like when you see him running across the floor, and it's like, oh, that's how they used to do that as well.
I didn't think so. I thought the new one was absolutely atrocious.
Honestly, I expected so much differently from it.
Well, I don't really, because like on the show there's a recurring theme where we usually slander a couple of reboots nearly every episode. That reboot was terrible.
The movie.
Yeah. Like I wouldn't have been a great fan of Chucky anyway. Like I'd watch it because it was on. It wouldn't be one of my favourites, but that reboot was horrendous.
Honestly, like I waited like 10 years to watch that, and I watched it. I only watched it literally the other day actually, and I was like,
yeah, no.
You know, like
give me the old one any day. But
it was okay. Like, to be fair, like it didn't live up to my expectations. Obviously, after waiting that long for it, but like, I don't know, like it had some of the things that I was excited to see. Like I was excited to see how they'd do like Chucky run it, and like if they'd do the knife thing when he turns the knife, and they did that, and I was like, oh, okay, fair enough. But
there was a few trials, yeah. There was a few trials to the old one I found, but
yeah,
overall, like, it wasn't enough to save it for me.
What else did you have?
I just feel like some of it. Sorry, go on.
Oh, sorry. It was a bit of a delay there.
Oh no, it's okay. Sorry, what did you say?
I was going to say, what else did you have on your list?
So I used to like Friday the 13th.
All 500 of them.
Honestly, like, yeah, literally every single one. Absolute faves. And then what's the Jason? Jason Voorhees? What's his one called?
It's Friday the 13th.
His is called. Oh yeah, no. And then the other one I like is the one with knives in his fingers.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, those are my faves as well. Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th.
Nightmare on Elm Street's my favourite horror.
Is it?
Yeah. First horror I've ever seen.
Those are definitely my favourites for sure. I
actually have a Freddy tattoo.
Oh really? Oh sick.
I also have a Jason one too, but.
Oh sick. Yeah,
but,
I feel like the stories with them is great. Like, it's so hard with horrors to like get a good story and people to actually be hooked on the story. But I feel like with those two, like I was so hooked.
Yeah, see, the first one of both of them were phenomenal. The second Friday the 13th was just okay. That was when Jason really came into it. But when he became Jason in 3 and 4, it was brilliant. Where Freddy 2 was horrendously bad. And then
Did you watch the one with both of them in? I don't know what it was called.
Freddy versus Jason, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Yeah. As a horror fan, I enjoyed it, but it's a tripe movie. Like if you watch if you watch that as a not a horror fan, it's horrendous.
Honestly, like I watched it and I was like, I don't know, like I so wanted Jason to win.
He did win.
No, but he's still alive.
Yeah, so you know, there's a couple of them. There was supposed to be a second one of them. Yeah, there was supposed to be a second one of them, and there was supposed to be. I was actually only doing an interview with a guy from Hooked on Horror, and he was telling me that there was supposed to be an alternate ending to that, where Freddy and Jason get sucked down into hell, and they're fighting down in hell, and a lot of chains come and pull them apart, and it turns to Pinhead standing there being like, "Do we have a problem?"
Oh,
and that's how they were going to introduce Pinhead into it, but obviously that didn't happen.
How come they didn't do that then? Do you know?
I don't know. I'd say Pinhead's far too strong. Anyway, he just been wiped out
every time.
Yeah, it was just wipe out, but it was good for what it was, and it gave a lot of horror fans great nostalgia to go back and watch the two icons go.
Yeah,
and then
I feel like that's what it was for me.
And then obviously they went and done Alien versus Predator and things along the way.
I've never seen that. Is it like a good watch?
It's an action movie.
Well,
that's about the best you can say.
If you haven't watched it already, we are gonna give you a movie that you are gonna absolutely love.
Okay.
However, we can't really speak too much about it on this here show now because we're gonna do a review on it, probably
week.
But it is Black Phone with, of course, the great Ethan Hawke, a Blumhouse.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet. That's
newish? Yeah, it's absolutely phenomenal.
Is it in cinemas now? Really?
It's gone on to video on demand in America, so you'll probably be able to get it on some of ours, but it's still in the cinema as of now.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah,
phenomenal.
I'm gonna have to watch that. I really did want to watch that as well. I see. I'm pretty sure it's in cinemas now. Is it? So it's worth it. Yeah, worth the watch.
What was it? That was supposed to come out last October.
Yeah.
It was supposed to come out around the same time Antlers came out.
Yeah.
And it got pushed back and pushed back and pushed back, and it came out there on start of June. Absolutely phenomenal. Ethan Hawke is one of the most underrated.
Sorry,
go ahead. No, go ahead.
Is it more of a gory horror or like a jump scare horror?
No.
Neither.
It's more. I would say it's along the lines of a horror / thriller. So.
Yeah.
Oh really?
I would think more along the lines of, say, like Silence of the Lambs or like Sinister. And Greg made a couple of good shouts earlier as well.
I had it in as The Lovely Bones crossed with Prisoners.
Yeah.
With a lot of horror aspect into it.
I don't think I've seen either of those actually.
Yeah. Well, but you've seen Silence of the Lambs,
when you said that,
you've seen Sinister, yeah? Like that it's very, very dark, and it's I suppose what really kind of hits home is like both of you guys have kids.
Yeah.
That's the sell-on value. You know, that's all I'm gonna say.
No.
So it's
it's brilliant. I think that's a lot of the reason I went with Prisoners as the comparison, because obviously have young kids, you've got a young kid, like you see that and you're like, that could actually generally happen. It's not like it's not a supernatural kind of alien or demon or anything coming down. It's a legit something that could happen.
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah. But
I've watched it then.
Well worth a watch.
So
yeah, for sure, I'm definitely gonna watch it.
As we wrap up, Natasha, let's get back to yourself. After, obviously, you were saying you've got more Instagram followers, you've got a little bit more interest in you, you've got a little bit more kind of highlighter over your name, which is great stuff. What's
waiting for the blue tick?
Yeah, a little blue tick everywhere. There's blue ticks everywhere. What's next in your plans? Are you kind of, did you have that much fun that you kind of want to stick within the horror genre, or do you have kind of aspirations to kind of branch out? Or because
to be honest,
you're only a year into it, to be fair, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
there's a lot of learning to do, right?
Exactly. Yeah, like I feel like I fell into it so fast that like people think I know what I want to do, and I actually don't think I do. To be honest, like if I could pick a movie genre that I would have to do for the rest of my life, it would probably be comedy.
Okay.
Oh, you're a funny girl.
Like as a person, like naturally, I'm quite like, I've got dry humor. Like I go out my way to like self-deprecate and make people laugh. Like when everyone meets me, they think I'm really funny and you know what I mean? That is the main, like people will meet me and they'll go, oh, what's she like? She's funny. You know what I mean? Like that is the first thing people will say. So I feel like it'll be so much easier for me to just pull off comedy because that's me. You know what I mean?
Comedy wouldn't be an easy one to stay in though. So that kind of way. I think with comedy, you'll see a lot of actors and actresses that have done this. It nearly becomes the same role over and over again.
Yeah, like Melissa McCarthy.
No,
Reynolds.
no, Melissa McCarthy's just not funny.
Don't you think?
No, same as Rebel Wilson, just not funny.
I like her. Oh my god, you don't like Ryan Reynolds?
No, Rebel Wilson. I do like Ryan Reynolds.
I thought you said Ryan Reynolds. Oh.
No, Ryan Reynolds is funny.
If he didn't like Ryan Reynolds,
so funny, right?
he would not be on a show with me.
But the only thing I'd say with Ryan Reynolds is Ryan Reynolds has sort of one kind of character now, and it's nearly the same. Like before he done Deadpool, he had a couple of different ones that he was doing. Obviously, he'd done Van Wilder and things. But now it's Deadpool, and that seems to be the character that he throws into every movie now. It's just him playing.
That's okay. It's okay to get typecast.
Oh, 100%.
When you're happy getting typecast, it's a good thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think he is getting typecast for that.
But he wants to be, and that's okay because he's earning millions from it. I mean, exactly.
Absolutely.
I grew up reading Deadpool comics in 1997, and I was like, when I heard Ryan Reynolds was the guy getting it, I went, he's Wade Wilson. He's actually Deadpool. So that's all he has to do for the rest. You know,
he was perfect.
It's the same as the likes of The Rock. You know what I mean? The Rock could do whatever he wants to do because, you know, he can be serious if he wants to be. But why be serious when you're just going to earn millions doing what you want to do? You know what I mean? It's
exactly.
Matthew McConaughey is a perfect example. I mean, he was Mr. Rom-Com.
I don't think I know who that is.
Know? It's.
You know who it is?
I don't think I know who that is.
Matthew McConaughey.
Dallas Buyers Club.
Dallas Buyers Club, Wolf of Wall Street. He was the guy who done the.
Oh yeah, okay, I know who that is.
Matthew McConaughey, yes.
All right.
all right. Green lights.
Yeah. No, he's a phenomenal actor.
Yeah, great actor.
But then again, when you move into horror, you could also be typecast.
Yes.
I mean,
for sure.
Like you say, you have nearly every horror has the same kind of cast. You've got the exceptionally good-looking people. There's the stoner, theoretically. You've got the bad guy, the main guy, and the dickhead. Usually is the running six. Do you know what I mean? And you nearly know who's going to die along the way.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like that kind of started to happen straight away. Like as soon as it blew up, I had so many offers for horrors, and I was like, "What's going on?" Like literally, same with podcasts. Like I had so many people message me like, "Hello, come on this podcast," and I was like, "Give me a minute. Like I don't know what's going on." You know what I mean?
One of which may or may not have been me.
Oh no, it's all right. Like when I seen your message, I was like, yeah, for sure, because it's been a few months now, or like a few weeks. I don't know how long it's been, but I was like, okay, yeah, fair enough. But like, you know, when it was in the midst of it all, like,
Oh
people
yeah,
were like, come and be in this music video, come and be in this podcast, come and be in this movie. It's a horror, and I was like, whoa, let me just like,
I mean,
give me
I
some
mean,
sex.
you could take all those roles, make a few pounds, but what's the point? Like you said, you wanted to come in to make friends along the way, so you're not just saying I'm coming in to make money and get out of here.
Exactly. For me, it's nothing to do with money at all. For me, like literally, like money is something that's like a little bit of a bonus. You know what I mean?
So what you're telling me is you're loaded.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Oh my god, please don't put that out there. No, that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is like,
Yeah,
money
you're in it for the right reason.
an added incentive. You know what I mean? I'm just here for friends. I'm just here literally to have fun.
That's a good reason to get into acting, though.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like that's why I'm getting somewhere, because I'm not doing it for the money. Like, I'm so uninterested in the money. It's unreal. Like, I just do it because I think it's fun and I know I'm good at it, sort of thing.
Yeah, well, that helps.
Yeah.
It helps.
Well, look, that is a perfect way to kind of end the show. I will encourage people, and I will implore people, in fact, to go and check out the movie Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. It's definitely something I can't wait to watch. I haven't seen it yet. Go and follow Natasha on Instagram, I'm sure, Twitter. Why don't you let us know all of your handles?
Yeah. You want me to let them know?
Yeah,
go for it.
If I know them.
Pressure's on.
Instagram is at the real Natasha Tosini. Twitter is. Do people still use Twitter?
She definitely does. She does have money, Greg. Right? She has handlers. They run her Twitter for her already.
It's like I think it's Natasha Tosini, just that, or is it the Natasha Tosini? Just type in Natasha Tosini. I'm sure I'll
Natasha
pop up
Tosini,
somewhere.
and they'll find you.
Yeah, for sure. If you type it into Google, all my stuff comes up anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
And then like what we'll do is we'll get you to send all your links over, and we'll attach it in at the bio as well.
Okay.
So like I don't know, what is it, IMDb and
yeah,
whatever else.
I've got a link in my Instagram bio which has like everything in. So it's like probably I can't remember. Again, I'm so sorry. This is not because I'm rich. This is because I have a bad memory. So it's like my IMDb. I have OnlyFans, and like my OnlyFans is in there, and then it's got like my Twitter, I think maybe, and
it's got the links in there anyway. But what we'll do is we'll attach it
in my bio on Instagram. There's all the bits there.
Perfect.
Yeah, we'll attach it down below anyway.
Okay,
well,
perfect. Thank you.
100%.
I don't know the link myself. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, look, do follow Natasha wherever you may find her. Just go to Instagram, and they could possibly be there, or maybe not. Otherwise, check the description of this video, and we'll have them all in there. So we've got you covered, Natasha. Don't worry.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
But no, it's been a pleasure, Natasha. We wish you all the best of luck in the future. You're definitely a ball of energy. I like it. And,
thank you.
100%.
We on the Slab Horror, we definitely wish you all the best in the future.
We hope then once the movie comes out, then maybe get you back on and see how things have changed for you.
100%.
Yeah.
See how many more followers you got, and more roles.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
Don't forget us. This is your first podcast. You can't forget us now.
Stressed. No, I won't for sure. Literally, like when it's come out, drop me a DM and I'll be straight back.
Awesome.
100%. Well, until next time, do stay scared. Don't look under the bed. This has been your On the Slab Horror Show. Keep it lit. And until next time, we are over and out.